Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to call the meeting to order. It is 1:34 p.m. and I'll take attendance. So, Cristina Duarte,
Present.
J.J. Gomez, Federico Lizondo, present. Viviana Frank, Roberto Gonzalez, Valerie Gonzalez,
Present.
Ruby Raquel, Nidia Robles,
Present.
Francisco Reyes, Myra Hernandez.
Present.
So it looks like we do have four. So roll call's done. So are there any public comments?
No problem.
Okay. Interim president report. So Ms. Viviana Frank is out. So skip that. The secretary report. Well, that's me. The meeting minutes are attached here. There really wasn't any substantive motion that we passed in the last meeting. We did talk about some important issues though. Val, you joined our team, so thank you. We also had Bobby talk about the filings that we would need to do, so maybe we'll talk about them later today as well. And then we also had a special meeting that was held a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, we did not have quorum, so no action was taken there. But we did get to discuss a little bit about what items we would need for the budget and how to start planning for that, so that it can all be ready for a draft. But otherwise, that's pretty much it, unless I missed something. So I'm going to make a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second? Second. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, so now.
She's here with me.
Okay. And did you want to make a public comment, or did you want to?
Hi. I'm a little bit familiar with Jose and his garden because I've volunteered there in the past, so I'm excited to be here.
She's here with me today. I just wanted to mention, because Laredo Main Street, how she's the new event coordinator for Main Street. So she's coming along with me so she can kind of get familiar with all the things that we're going, and since LCUAS is part of it, that's what she's here with.
Marilyn Bautista.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us. Happy that you can be part of our team. And if you wouldn't mind, sign in the guest sheet. That way we have a record as well. Yeah, okay, so we'll be moving on to the treasurer's report.
Okay, okay, so currently we have a balance of $41,550.38 in our account. And this past month, there were no, the only expenses were executive director. And that is it. We have not had any deposits. Basically the treasurer report, but I think I would like to make a motion to move up item number 10, discussion with possible action on accounting service / bookkeeper auditor.
I second that motion.
Okay, I spoke to, so at the budget, we briefly spoke about, a couple of meetings back, we briefly spoke about the fee that the only CPA that has agreed to maybe take on his client, Mr. John Jordan. The fee that he proposed for the 990 was $1,500 per 990. We have to file 3 990s. Retroactively, we have to file 3. I did have a conversation with him about that. It looks like we're going to need to do the 990 easy.
Yeah, and that's just a postage that we could do online. We click on it, put some information and submit, that's all we have to do.
That's all?
I talked to an IRS agent, and I think Fred was with me when we were, this is directly from the IRS.
Okay.
And so when we explained the revenue that we had at the moment, he said, oh, that's just the electronic postage that you have to send. I did have another CPA that would be able to do it if we wanted to go that route, it would be $850. But with the IRS rep, he said he would be happy to help in us submitting if we need to. So.
Is it
Okay,
850
so-
or 990 or? 850?
Yes, but with the IRS rep, he would do it for us. He would help us.
Okay, well, taking that into account,
No
I did
fee.
speak again to Jordan, and I said, well, it looks like we just have to do the simplest one. He says, okay, well, he's like, $1,500 I quoted, he's like, that's kind of like the worst case scenario. He's like, that's up to 1,500. He's like, you know, he's like, typically, if it's a simple one or whatever, he says, we were charging right now at 550, 600. He's like, it could be 700, somewhere around there. He's like, but 1,500 is the maximum pretty much that he's like, I just, without going in there and comparing it, he's like, I can't give you an exact figure. More or less is kind of what he said. And I said, no, I understand, it's fine. I know we did talk about the importance of having a CPA or you know, kind of do that for us, since we're kind of a sidearm or a subsection of the subset of the city, right? But now that you mention the IRS agent, that's pretty legit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's- yeah.
That's
And
pretty.
I had
that's pretty
another
legit.
board member with me, just so, to listen to the conversation,
Okay.
just in case.
Um,
And so when I went to review the 990 EZ, to pay $850 for just basic information,
Right.
because we were under the 50. Now, moving forward, considering what I'm seeing in the budget, definitely I would go hire someone
Right.
to do
Okay.
it moving
Okay,
forward.
for
Because
now-
it's not gonna be the postage, the 990 postage.
Okay, so the agent said that they'd be willing to help.
Mhm.
Or do- Okay.
And
That's a pretty good option. It sounds like a really good option.
How can we get that started?
Well, we could have done it that day, but I just didn't want to move forward until I obviously came back and presented to the board.
Okay.
Getting at some details. I know we need to go to executive session, I guess that's where we can further discuss in terms of budget.
Okay. And then aside from that, auditor. I'm waiting for somebody to see if they could recommend. Did you by any chance check with anybody?
We did call a couple of them, and we had pending return calls. They haven't
Okay, so we're
received a
still
return
pending
call,
everyone?
yes.
Okay.
But I think there was a Jordan also had that capacity to do for us.
Well, he said, another good point. He said if we're one of his clients and he couldn't, somebody else has to do it.
Correct. So-
But he did say, because I did mention, we still would, I still would like somebody to, a CPA to look over the books and just to make sure that everything is correct as it should be. He said he charges, seeing our information, he said he would charge about $250 a month. He's like, but seeing the transactions that you have, we might be able just to do it quarterly. Like every 3 months, just review what you have and that's it. So it's not something we need to decide now, but maybe by the next meeting, maybe we'll bring that up again and see if maybe he would be the option we go with. You know, that's basically it.
so, can we make a motion to start the process with this contact from the IRS, or would you prefer we do that after executive session?
I think after executive session, just to
Okay,
make sure.
so I'll make a motion to revisit item 10 after executive session. Anybody
I'll
second? All in favor?
Okay.
Any opposed? Okay, so, is there anything else we need to take care of from item 10 for now? Oh, well, I did want to say, just while we're here, I did look, Myra sent me kind of like the form that we need to file, and it actually does seem very simple. So this is from the IRS's site, and it's just the annual electronic notice. And, you know, it doesn't really ask for a lot of details. I think probably the most it asks is like, are your gross receipts still normally $500,000 or less, which otherwise, you know, I think any one of us could fill it out. So it does seem very straightforward, yeah.
Straightforward.
But I just want to make sure that we are looking at the documents correctly when we're filing, but otherwise, I think it is pretty simple.
And the other thing was a website. The more I searched, I didn't find a website. I mean, I found social media, but I don't know we have a website.
No, the thing, well, the break with LC, the students from LC are gonna give us the
The
website.
URL,
They
okay.
are working on that.
But that was gonna be till November or something.
Yeah,
It was, I know that at the last meeting, we're trying to push it.
Is there a deadline for that?
Sooner?
We need it.
But we need it for this,
Do we need a website to submit that?
because that's one of the requirements.
Okay, that's if we have one.
Oh, okay.
Or you just website
Oh.
address if you have one.
If you
And
have-
maybe worst case, we can use the
We can use
Facebook one.
Facebook or
Yeah.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so it does seem like everything is in order for now, but again, we'll revisit item 10 after executive session. Is there anything else you want to add to your report?
No, we already moved out. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Okay, so then we'll go into the executive director's report.
Good afternoon. You'll have a copy of my report. I just want to mention 3 or 4 remarkable things that are happening lately. At the beginning of the month, I was invited to present Tarver Elementary. I presented to 120 little kids. It was a theory and practice activity where they were able to actually plant a seed in a small pot and take it with them. And after that, we are starting the relationship with Tarver, and we are going to start a vegetable garden on site. Ms. Dulce Gonzalez, who is the teacher that invited me, and we are working on that. Also, we had to postpone the Spring into Gardening event that was going to happen March 21st. We moved it to April 15, a couple of weeks ago. It was moved from a Thursday to a Monday, so it was difficult to have a Mercadito, the pop-up market that we wanted to have. So we will hopefully have a Mercadito sometime in May, on-site, on Canseco. Also, we attended the farmers market last Saturday. It was a good day, actually, for me, for all, because surprisingly, we had 9 volunteers on site that Saturday. So I was able to divide the group and have 4 people cover we all went to the farmers market, right? We harvested, we cleaned the vegetables, we attended the farmers market. I was able to divide the group and keep 4 people covering the event, and I went back to the garden with other 5 people and continue working the gardens. Also, another remarkable thing, the South Texas Food Bank donated 1,500 pounds of potting mix and soil last week. I'm good to inform that. And the most important thing that I have right now, and I think it's an agenda item, we have to review, discuss, and sign the lease agreement and contract with the city. I got these papers a couple of days ago I got a call from Coach Gomez. He sent me this, and we have to review it and sign it.
So it's a service agreement, or?
Yes, it's the service, the long story short, they gave it a copy of you, right?
Yeah.
It included your name, but they
Yeah.
changed it, so now it's included my name as executive director.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
you don't have to sign it. It's
okay,
me as executive director that has to sign it.
okay.
Did you get an in-kind donation form? Did you
Yes,
fill it out?
I have it, yes.
Okay.
I have it in my office, actually.
Okay,
I have
you don't
a
have to
form.
file it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, did you get a chance to review the service agreement?
Yes,
Okay, how does it look like to you?
it's fair, está bien, pero yo quiero que todos lo lean también.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has to sign it?
He does.
I have to sign it, then I have to give it back to Parks, and they will go through city manager, city secretary, and legal.
No board member, or like the president, or the
President doesn't?
secretary?
Estaba Federico, pero me dijeron que lo que iban a quitar su nombre y que lo tenía que firmar yo.
And
Five
JJ,
was the city.
Yeah, Fox people.
And that was reviewed by, I'm hoping that general counsel reviewed that.
Yes, actually,
Usually
it's
they have a
here,
board
this was
president.
accepted by city council on March 18. Yeah, it's
Is
here.
that how it was?
This is the route, the signature route, wording form, so it's on us, then I'll give it back to them.
so I think, we will maybe hold off until after executive session to give you a response on whether you should sign the service agreement, just so we can discuss any issues that may have from the service agreement.
At this point, I don't know, do you want a copy of this? You all want a copy, or you want to review it in a separate meeting, or, I don't know.
I would like to take time to read
We
it.
can open
Yeah.
a copy with the youth.
Okay.
No.
So then, we can, maybe either set up a special meeting, or, on our next meeting, we'll be able to sign it.
How
Well,
soon do we need
hopefully-
to?
Is that something that we can
Yeah,
copy and disseminate through email and then review and then come back the next week?
Does open records fall into place? Can that be, if it's a contract, those are
I
details
think-
that
All contracts are open record.
all contracts are open record, then at that point.
So we don't have to do the special meeting for that? We can do it via?
No.
To
it's
take
just-
action, we
But
would-
to take action,
We would need the special meeting.
because you don't want to take an action,
Ah.
review it and you find something.
I was told, actually, I was
I
also
may doubt it,
told
but,
that I have to sign, and it has to be signed by a public notary too,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, at the same moment.
Does anybody know on that topic, can serve as a public notary within LCUAS, or would we usually?
We have somebody, Able City, that
Oh,
usually,
okay.
she does everything
Oh,
in
okay.
regards to that. So if you go to the office,
pues,
para
podemos
firmar,
hacerlo ahí,
ahí lo firmas
ajá.
con Ana.
Yeah, so how about we postpone the signing until the board talks about it, and then we can, we can make copies for, I know for at least the board. I don't know if anyone else, even though it is probably considered open record, I don't know at what point it's considered open record. So for now, on the safe side, maybe we'll just share it internally as a board, and then afterwards, we can consult and see if we can open it up to anyone else.
With, this can be sent to us by today? Or latest tomorrow, I think, because I would suggest for us to give him like by no later than next
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because I know, I'm pretty sure, like, contracts like this, the city kind of usually want to speed up the process.
Well, this came up from the last meeting, because we didn't have any of these then.
Yeah.
So this actually spiraled because we were requiring
From
Bob,
yes.
we, as LCUAS, we're in a facility that belongs to the city, but we have no agreements, what are those boundaries, do, don'ts. And so I think we'll be okay if we take a week or so, but yes, I wouldn't want to wait till the next month.
Okay.
We do a special meeting just for that.
Just for that discussion?
That actually includes, it's a service contract between LCUAS and the city, and also a lease agreement of the property, the garden,
So now there's
There-
obligations
Yes.
and LCUAS we have, so
that's in there.
So that's the lease agreement as well.
Two things, the service contract and the lease agreement.
Okay,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think we're gonna have to.
review it.
What about a body burner?
Yeah, and then if we do need a special meeting, I think all we need is like 2 days ahead of time to notify the city to post it.
Just so they can take it.
Yeah, okay.
But that could be a special meeting,
Oh,
so we
wait.
don't have to wait.
Yes, she's on her way.
Let me cut off her real quick.
She's gonna start making copies so you can take them with you at the end of it.
Okay.
And then for you guys too, I'll just send you.
Because this is just so we can have like for our records, right? Or like for there to be a contract, it's not something like we're waiting for a check or anything like that.
Well, there's other things that we need to complete, including the 990 and.
Well,
And I wish Liliana was here because I wasn't here during those conversations happening where, my understanding is we need to have audits and years of IRS filing. Because when we were speaking with, again, the agent, we were told, well, why do you need 3 years? What's the purpose of the 3 year, so you're budgeting right now.
Right.
And then obviously it's like, well, if you have a 501 designation, why haven't you filed those? So maybe another question that comes up. So there were a lot of little details that we needed to iron out, but again, I'll elaborate on
Okay.
as we get to our next session.
So just to clarify, the lease agreement also is under your name? Like-
Yeah, both.
Okay. Okay, and they both need to be notarized? Okay. Okay.
Is that standard
So-
practice at the city to have, let's say you lease a piece of the health department to TAMU health nursing program? There's a lease agreement, a contract, your standard? Yes. Something it's just gonna be your standard language, but again, it's as an oversight board, just provide support, because if anything happens, I mean, technically, you're signing off as the liable person, but does anything on the board, it's the board didn't mention anywhere in there that we're also having
Yeah, that's what seems a
responsibility
little odd.
to support you, of course.
See,
Yeah, I was just asking because I know that in Laredo Main Street, any contract that we have with city, they require the executive director signature and the president or secretary, like it's always two.
Yep.
And some forms do need to be notarized, some don't, but that's why I was, but because.
Nursing property or?
No,
private
not
property?
private property,
Private.
but like other contracts that we have, we do need
Yeah.
two signatures.
That's been discussed.
But this is
That's why
something
we're
different, I
having-
guess they did like separate, you know?
And maybe just the standard to have something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, maybe we can, discuss anything further. I think there's an action item, discuss a possible action on lease agreement for Casa Canseco. I think it's yeah, so,
Next meeting,
or maybe we can discuss it again after executive session if there's anything, so we'll leave it on there. But we can always revisit if we want to take action on it, or if anything else comes up after executive session. Is there anything else you want to add to your report before we move on?
That's it for me.
Okay, so, and we'll go in the executive session, so I'll make a motion to go into executive session. Okay. We need, 6 people. And we need 6 people. Oh, we need a waiver. Yeah, we'll wait till Robert comes back to start.
Would I also have to be in?
No, I don't know, actually. You know? I think so, yeah, I think I'm gonna be,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh. I'm ready to be here. Where do we go?
Just like that.
Oh, wait, sorry, all in favor of going into executive session? Any opposed? Trying to get the hang of it. So,
No, you're doing great.
Let's see, OTC, but it's general counsel for you all. Do it provided for Robert.
You can take it, I make a copy of
Okay.
the budget. That's-
Okay, I will make a motion to table possible action on lease agreement pending review of lease agreement.
I second that motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Oh, wait, we need to do all in favor of the.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All in favor of motion to, table, what was it, table the lease agreement? All in favor? Okay. Any opposed? Okay, so,
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
First, second.
so, let the record show, 2:45.